Flosstube, welcome back to part 2 of my WIP Parade. If you're still around after seeing part 1, thank you. I really appreciate it. And I hope my analogy that I used in part 1, the words came out okay. Sometimes I fumble a bit when I want to say something. But anyways, let's get back to my WIP Parade. And this is part 2. Part 1 will be uploaded shortly. So, the next one I want to show you, and I fortunately don't have the magazine with me. I'm not sure where it is at the moment. But it is from Emma Congdon, and this is for Mary 25 Stitching. It's a hashtag on Instagram, and this is going to be Jingle All the Way. I'm using variegated floss, so I've got a bit of the border and the J on this completed. So I think this one's going to be really cute, and I do love the Mary 25 stitching idea. Prior to the last couple of months, I had never really stitched, other than stitching Christmas cards and the occasional birthday card. I really didn't stitch anything holiday kind of thing. So now I've got a Halloween project, and I'm going to have another Halloween project soon, and I've got a Christmas project. So I'm digging that. I'm enjoying it. Next one that I want to show you is also started in Mania, and it is Quaker Virtues by Bygone Stitches. It's another big one, but it's going to be gorgeous. So it's got all the Quaker medallions on it. And it also has virtue words on here, like community, integrity, equality, harmony, all words we can use. Simplicity. I think simplicity is one of my new words. I'm not going totally minimalist, but definitely reducing some things in my life other than my cross stitch in my books. I'm not touching those. So I've got one medallion that I'm working on that I started at upper left. And I hope you can see the colors because they're really pretty. I'm using a variegated floss from DMC. The name of it is Heather. And actually this is a Coloris. And it's 4505. But I love the colors in this one. Very pretty. And I'm going to be working on this for a long time, so I better really like the color. Next one that I have is, this was a little problematic for me. I started it, and I do believe I am going to take it out and restart. It's a series from Sue Hillis Designs called Stitches for the Needleworker. This is volume 2, and this is volume 1. Now I started doing My Heart is Fed by Needle and Thread, but it was just looking too Christmassy for me. So I think I'm going to take this out and change the colors because I've really only started working on the border, and that's kind of what made me think it's a little too Christmassy because this is a year-round thing. But there are 8 designs in this series, and then the 9th one is on her website as a freebie. And she suggests stitching these on 28 count over 1, and if you do that, you can fit all 9 designs on one of those standard Charles Craft 15 by 18 pieces of even weave 28 count. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to change up some colors a little bit, and so it looks better year round. And this is the one I'm really looking forward to stitching. Stitch in time saves my mind. So see what you think. Here it is. Let's fold this down even more so you can see. To me, that is just too Christmassy. Yeah, so I'm going to take that out and change the colors on it. Which means a couple of the other patterns I'll need to change the colors on too so that everything matches, but that's okay. This one's not high on my priority list, so I think it'll only come out once in a while. I have other things that I really love to stitch, like Pilgrim and my gift stitches that I need to finish, and Quaker Virtues is wonderful. My next one is one that Beth Twist, Heartstrings Sampler, came out with when everything started happening, and not started. It was just one more thing. But anyways, it's called We Are the Same. And I'm going to do that in the called for colors. It says, we are the same. We live, dream, breathe, love, explore, grow old. We are humans. So, yeah, I'm going to work on that one. That's going to stay fairly high on my priority list. So I got a little tiny start on this on the border. And I'm doing all the called fors except for one color, which I can't seem to find anywhere. It's new. It's Lily Pad from Weeks Dye Works. And I'm having no luck with getting my hands on it at local needlework shop or 123 Stitch or anywhere else. So hopefully it'll get back in stock again soon. Cause I would like to do it all called for. The next one that I've got is the one I started at the very end of Stitch Mania. So, tiny start on this, because it was the same day I did grocery shopping and a run up to the grocery store for my, run up to my mom's to drop off groceries for her. This is Cross Stitch Nation. And I am going to change some of the face colors. I looked it up online and got some different color flesh tones. So it better reflects the diversity of our cross-stitching community. Again, very tiny start on this. Again, on the border only. But it is a start. And I think this one's going to stay high on my list as well. Yeah, I'm really digging Heartstrings Sampler lately, and Rosewood Manor. Probably top on my list until somebody mentioned... Oh, sorry. Somebody showed a pattern that wasn't particularly my kind of design, but it was enough interest in it, especially with the fabric, that I decided to go look at the website. And I'll tell you more about that. That has to do with my book love. By the way, not coffee anymore. It's officially after 5, so I am going for some Truly Hard Seltzer Mango Lemonade, which is one of my favorite beverages during the summertime. Now, I started a new project with Enchanted stitching challenges because it fit with, they wanted something for a decorated door. And so I did Little House Needleworks. This is the original home of a needleworker. And see how it's got a wreath on the door? Yeah, I almost always have some kind of a wreath or something hanging on my front door. So that went perfect. So far just on the border. But I just started this for an hour or two the other night. So not much done yet, but I think this may also be a gift for a fellow needle worker when it gets done. That's my plan anyways. Okay. Next, this is my nemesis, and it actually never came up on the wheel during Stitch Mania. Maybe the Tiny Decisions wheel was being a little kind to me. This is round 2 of working on this project. I had done a big fumble on it, and even though a couple of my friends said, well, nobody will ever know because, you know, it's not a solid figure or anything like that, but it's like, but I know, and I gotta rip it out. Well, I ripped it out, and I also made a hole in my fabric. I know. So this is round 2. And I know the person that I'm making this for is going to absolutely love it, so I must persevere and I must finish it. Many Small Magellanic Cloud from Heaven and Earth Designs. Oh boy, what did I get myself into? So here is round 2 so far. It's coming along. I got a little star in here and getting to the point where the Magellanic Cloud is going to start forming. I still have more to go down this way on the border. It's not an easy stitch for me personally because of all the darks, but I do think it's going to be gorgeous when it's finished. I just have to finish it and give it more love. All right, so that is all my WIPs, but I do have a couple of things I wanted to show. I got some happy mail. Yay! Bird's Eye Stitches did a giveaway for a couple different things, and I won one of them. So I got this really cute pattern from Imaginating, and it's called Happy Everything by Diane Arthurs. So you basically get all the holidays in one cross stitch piece. Love it! This is going to be a fun stitch. Thank you, Bird's Eye Stitches. I'm definitely going to enjoy this piece. Now the other, one of the other starts that I'm planning for this month, in fact this week for the Enchanted Stitching Challenges, is we needed something that has snow on it, or it'd be 5200 or Blanc Neige, to stitch in that color, or it has snow on the pattern. So Huckleberry Farm, we've got those little snow-capped mountains up there. Perfect! That's going to be my stitch for this week for that part of the Monsters Inc. Weekly Stitching Challenge. Now, I picked up, this is my first time buying Picture This Plus fabrics. I got Sprite because I really didn't like the shale. Even though it shows like the blush colors on the model here, the pieces that I saw in person on online just didn't have any of that little blush color to it. So I think this is going to be gorgeous. This is Sprite and 32 count. Now the only thing here that was kind of a bummer to me was the cut. It's not cut evenly. So when you even things up here and then go lengthwise, down at the bottom, there's a significant gap of over ½ inch being more narrow at the bottom than it is at the top. So, and this one was just for 2 inches, 2-inch margins on either side. So that bottom part puts me under the 2 inches. So I thought, well, what am I going to do? going to stitch this 1 over 1. I may be crazy, I may regret it, but thank goodness I've got a magnifying light. I'm going to need it. But yeah, I'm going to stitch this 32 count Sprite over 1. And yeah, again, I said this when I showed this a couple weeks ago, but that house is just phenomenal. And I love all the bears and the monarch butterfly in the center. Just beautiful. This is absolutely a gorgeous project. And I'm starting it this week for Enchanted stitching. Yay! I also fell down a bit of a rabbit hole with Steel City Stitchers and Kansas City Girl in Colorado World, of course. They were both doing sals. One was doing the 2020 sal, one was doing the Steel City Stitchers was doing the 2017 sal. So, they're both from Linens and Threads, and I'm like, well, I must not have been paying attention in the videos. So I went on the site to see how much they would cost. Guess what? They're free. I couldn't believe it. I was so excited. I'm like, yes, that's definitely in my budget. So the 2017, of course, is completed. It's a band sampler. And here's what it'll look like. I haven't picked out fabric yet. But I'm already a little bummed because I thought, oh, this would be cool. I've got a thread, a variegated thread from DMC that kind of reminds me of the Southwest. Wouldn't it be cool if I gave this kind of a Southwest flavor and did it all in that color? Yeah. That's what I wanted to do it in. Went and looked for it, couldn't find it. Sure enough, went on the Lord Lilyband site, it's discontinued. I really had my hopes up that I was going to make this kind of a Southwest flavor with this color. So if you can recommend any other Southwest kind of flavors for floss, or you happen to have some 4135 hanging around that you wouldn't mind sharing, I'm all into it. Yeah, because now I have my heart set on doing this as a Southwest style band sampler. Oh well. So the next one was the one that Kansas City Girl in the Colorado World is working on, which is the Friends and Family sampler. And this one's still ongoing. It's 2020. So this is the latest one here. And all this should be already done, but I'm starting in June, so it's not. But it's kind of cool that you put like Friends and Family initials all throughout this piece. I think this is another one that I'm going to enjoy. I just need to figure out fabric and floss on this one to get going. The other thing, now one thing I am going to start this week, besides Huckleberry Farm, is this Saturday, I believe is the 13th of the month, which is Stitch Halloween 13 again. And I've already decided I am going to start the two ones from Prairie Schooler. I'm going to start with, there's Knock Knock and Who's There. I'm going to start with Knock Knock. And instead of the orange, I decided I'm going to do purple. So I picked this up from Weeks Dye Works. This is Weeks Dye Works Mulberry. Let's see. It's really pretty, and I don't know if it's coming through or not. Oh, there, that's a little better. Okay. Yeah, so it's like deep royal purples and different shades. Yeah, very pretty. So yeah, everywhere that you see orange is going to be mulberry. And I guess my last plan is to do sometime this year, but I've made a new rule for myself. After I've started these two for Enchanted Stitching Challenges, I'm not going to have another new start until I at least finish one of the projects that I have. And some of them are very small, so it shouldn't take too much time to finish them. But one of the things on my list that I would like to start this year is Heaven and Earth Designs. Again, Randall Spangler. So many books, so little time. I just love the dragons in this one. And yeah, that's kind of me. So many books, so little time. Love it. Now, I was going to mention something about books and patterns. So when I was watching one of Kansas City Girls and Colorado World's videos, she had this design that was a mermaid, kind of a primitive mermaid, on this absolutely stunning fabric that had a clipper ship on it. Oh my God, it was gorgeous. The fabric was amazing. The mermaid itself isn't something I would stitch myself, but it's still beautiful. It's just wouldn't really fit in my house. But I went on the Primitive Hair site and totally fell down a rabbit hole, or hair hole in this case. So I've ordered from my local L&S Attic a couple of patterns that Primitive Hair has. She has some amazing patterns based on books and authors. So I've ordered Jane Eyre, which has the saying from the book about she's not a little caged bird. She has an independent will. And Beatrice Potter. And Beatrice Potter, I remember from my very, very young days of my mom used to read me Beatrice Potter books. Jemima Puddle Duck and all the wonderful characters in there. So that was one I had to have. She also has a Little Woman pattern. I haven't ordered that yet, but I probably will at some point. And Scarlet Letter. And just amazing, amazing patterns. And I know you can get most of them on Etsy, but I do like to support my local needlework shop, so I have ordered from there. So guess what, guys? I'm done. I actually kept it under an hour, slightly, between parts 1 and 2. I appreciate so much all of you that have subscribed to the channel and follow me and comment. It means a lot. Granted, you know, I'm still a fairly small channel. I think I have this, about 62 subscribers at the moment. But I'm happy with, I had 5 or 10, so thank you so much. I think I'm going to have to do a little giveaway when we hit 100. I think that's called for, don't you? Yeah. Get to 100, I'm going to do a giveaway. Have a great evening, everybody. Take care. And again, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this, hit subscribe or like or both. I really appreciate it. And take care of yourselves and take care of one another. Thank you. Bye-bye.